Player 2 has joined the game.
All right, you want to get in the news of the week because we got a whole lot.
Let's get into it.
All right, let's run through everything that happened at Nintendo's E3 show and Treehouse Live. Oh boy, we have 2 full pages of stuff here. So, let's get right into it. Rocket League is coming to the Switch. Holiday 2017. It will be cross-play with Xbox and PC. And PS4 will not be part of that because Sony wants to protect the integrity of their network. Or it was something like that. They got to protect their players or something. Really? Then why do you let Street Fighter V be cross-play with PC? Why don't you like Nintendo and Xbox? I
didn't even know it was.
Yeah. And there's a couple other games that are like, Rocket League is like that, I think, just not with Xbox. Like, I get it, you're competitors, but it's just
well, yeah,
dumb.
What is it accomplishing?
It's
Do they
just
really
dumb.
think people are going to buy...
Ooh.
Oh, my friend has a PS4. I'd really like to play against him in Rocket League, but all I have is an Xbone. I guess I'll buy a PS4 so I can play against him.
Right.
What are they trying to accomplish?
Right.
Like,
I don't like it.
It does nothing.
I don't like it. I'm glad Rocket League's coming to Switch. That seems like a perfect Switch game for local multiplayer and on the go and all that other stuff. So that's awesome. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got a new trailer. That actually looked really cool.
I don't know enough about Xenoblade.
I know nothing about it, but the trailer looked cool.
I just can't do... I mean, granted, I haven't really given any of them a fair shot. I just can't get into the whole JRPG thing. It's just... And...
This looked like it was very action heavy, though.
It did, yeah.
Not because I'll never play a turn-based game. I'm just not going to. Sorry, guys.
But unless I go all the way back to Super Nintendo, I'm going back 25 years now. I don't think of Nintendo as a system that I want to be playing RPGs on. I just don't like all the weird secondary like Final Fantasy games we got like on GameCube. I think like Crystal Chronicle. I just have this weird association with Nintendo and RPGs to where they just don't seem to mix. It always seems like Nintendo just gets the B tier ones, and I'm just
they were supposed to get Final Fantasy VII,
but
then Square said, "Screw you guys."
I just can't get into it. It did look good. I mean, I haven't just completely written it off, but I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. It did look interesting though.
It looked fun, but if it's a really deep like RPG, I don't have time. Especially here in a couple weeks, I'm not gonna have any time.
Right.
So I'll probably never play it, but it does look good. Then we got a couple of games. Well, we got a trailer for a game that I'm excited about.
Oh yeah,
Kirby in 2018. All it's called right now is Kirby. It looks beautiful. It's the best Kirby's ever looked. The tree guy from the first level and the first Kirby I think he's probably been in every 2D Kirby game. The tree guy.
That really
don't shoot me
confused
that I don't know his name.
Because when I was watching that, I was watching it at work
on lunch break.
Absolutely actually, I probably was on my lunch break, but the internet sucked and it like
kind of like when we were watching E3.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sony.
And then by the time it came back on, I was in the middle of that Kirby one, probably towards the beginning of that. And at first, I thought it was Smash because I saw like multiplayer and I saw like these 4 life bars at the bottom and like all these. And I'm like, wait, what am I watching? I'm like, is this Smash? And then I noticed, it's just a bunch of Kirby's. I'm like, oh, holy crap, this is. Then I heard the music and I'm like, oh, okay,
yeah.
this is Kirby. I like it. To me, I've already my mind's made up on that. I'm buying that.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and that's one of the kids.
You can't screw up 2D Kirby.
No, nope. And the whole multiplayer thing would be cool because you can team up.
It's like new Super Mario Brothers,
new Kirby Brothers. Yeah,
basically.
Looks fun. Can't wait. You can't go wrong with Kirby, like we said. Then they talked about Pokemon. There is a core Pokemon RPG coming to the Switch. They said it is, quote, it may be more than a year away.
Red. At least a year away.
Yeah, that's not. It's like 2019. Sorry, guys. Maybe it's fall 18. I don't know. But apparently, the whole Pokemon Stars for the Switch was a complete rubbish rumor. Yes, I said rubbish. Then they damn near broke the internet without showing half a second of gameplay when they announced Metroid Prime 4. It's not being made by Retro. Does that worry you? The trilogy was so perfect to a lot of people. Retro made those games for some reason. They're not making this. I don't know why. I'm not going to pretend to know why. Does that concern you?
It doesn't really concern me. I don't think Nintendo, especially for a game that you know is going to have so much hype to it, I don't think Nintendo lets it be subpar. Nintendo's going to make sure this game is good. I don't care if it's retro or not. Honestly, I don't remember a whole lot about Prime 2 and Prime 3. But I know I've played them both. I don't think I owned them. I think I owned 1 and 3, and I think a buddy of mine in college owned 2. But I don't remember much about 2 and 3, and that should probably tell you something. 1 was awesome. 1 was 3D Metroid perfection. I think I'd still take Super Metroid over it, because I think Metroid should just be a 2D. 2D, thank you. 2D game. So I'm not too concerned with it not being retro. It's going to be fine. It's going to be more than fine. I think it's going to be great.
I've never played any of the Prime games, not even for a second. I will get this just because I feel like I love the Switch so much. I feel like every major first-party game I'll end up getting just because.
Right.
By the way, this guy won the E3 predictions show like a quarter of a point to 0.
Yeah, we shot for the
stars and landed amongst the sun. Marilyn Monroe. You miss all the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. The good thing, though, is it is the same producer as the other Prime games as the producer on this. Not directing it, but same producer, so you've still got the same vision.
There's a tie back to the other ones.
Yeah, they did say it is still going to be first person. So it's a core Prime game, and they said it will be, quote, beyond 2017. No kidding. You have nothing to show. You probably don't even have, like, a morph ball. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Rendered yet. So, yeah, 2019 is what I would guess. If this game, there's no way this game's coming next year. There's no way. They would have shown something.
Yeah.
But at least Reggie didn't lie when he said they might be working on a couple Metroid games. We'll get that in a minute. Then they showed Yoshi. Did they give a name for this, or did they just say Yoshi like they did Kirby?
It looks like it's basically Yoshi's Woolly World 2 or whatever.
Or Paper Yoshi almost.
Yeah. So I feel like they just called it Yoshi, but
I like the idea of this game that
it basically looks like and I never played Yoshi Woolly World 1, whatever.
Yeah.
And so maybe this is exactly what that game was, but this game looked like Yoshi meets what was the game? Little Big Planet. That's what this looked like to me. But no, it looks I'm not sold on it. It looks fun.
I'm not sold because
this looks like a game your boys would like. Like I could see you getting this game, and maybe I don't, but maybe it ends up being really good.
The main thing that doesn't sell me on this is the same thing that I still haven't played the game. Yeah, that turned me off immediately to Super Mario World 2. I don't like this whole throwing eggs thing. Like I don't
mind it, but it was a huge part of that game. If it was a little bit less like.
It feels like it looks to me like it wouldn't even be a platformer because I mean a platformer, but
it's almost like what
a traditional platformer.
It's almost like what Arkham Knight did with the Bat Tank. It's like this could be a cool mechanic if it was like a small portion of the game. It was too big of a portion of that game, I think. A lot of people love the game. It's not a bad game, but I wish the egg throwing was a little bit less of a
thing.
Yeah.
So Journey's out. I mean, I just said every major first party game I was going to get. I don't know about this one, so I take that back. We'll see what it ends up being. Then they showed Fire Emblem Warriors in the spirit of Dynasty Warriors, Hyrule Warriors. Now they're doing a game like that with Fire Emblem, so there's just a million people on screen, and you beat them all up with your swords and stuff, and you go from there. Then they talked about the Breath of the Wild DC.
DLC.
DC Comics, Shadow Link, Buster Sword. Coming summer, June 30th, so they finally put a date on it.
It's earlier than I thought. I thought that's like a week and a half.
That's a week away, yeah.
I thought that was going to be like July or August.
Like August, yeah. So that's
the issue is that's like 2 weeks before Final Fantasy. So
But
really,
there's
I have
not-
until June 30th to finish.
Well, see,
the
that's the thing is there's not a lot to do with this other than the Trial of the Sword to try to just see if you can get through it and keep your master.
But
sword
it's
through the whole
also
time.
going to draw me back in when I can see
With the
where on
steps.
this giant map I haven't actually
like, oh,
been yet.
that's where a shrine would be.
Be like,
that's
wow,
where a
I haven't
shrine
been
would
to
be.
this entire area.
Yeah,
here,
that's
so-
going to be like, but it's also going to be overwhelming too. Like, oh my god, I didn't even know that was there.
Oh, that's true.
So they showed that it looks like you get to keep your stamina and your hearts, even though you start with no weapons. So that's cool. Because if you notice,
yeah.
that guy had like 18 hearts and he had 3 stamina wheels or something. So I'm like, well, that at least makes it a little bit fair. So you have a lot of life to work with before you can build up your weapons and stuff. So
Right.
and it looks like there's a lot of puzzle solving too, because they showed like the fire part and the smoke or the steam's coming up. Obviously, you're going to float on that, and I don't know. It'll be fun. I'm definitely good. I still haven't bought the DLC. I will. And then they did give a name to the holiday DLC and called it the Ballad of the Champions. No details other than are we going to play as all 5, including Zelda champions? That seems
I think so.
That seems like way too much for a DLC. If they're saying it, remember they had said it's one dungeon, but story content. If we play as Zelda, that'd be awesome.
I think it's a dungeon where you play as Zelda, but then you can also switch to the other characters to like help.
Ooh, GTA 5.
Yeah, I think Zelda's the main playable character. There's one dungeon, and I think you probably switch between them to help solve it or whatever. But yeah, I think it looks good. I've already bought them. I bought it,
Right.
so I'm in
And-
no matter what.
All the champions are getting their own amiibo because you can never have too many amiibo. Then they got to the main event, Super Mario Odyssey. I don't even know this game. I have some thoughts on this game. They're probably different from some of you others. Let's see. I screenshotted something about this game. Let's see here. All right, so here was the press release for Nintendo talking about the game and everything in it. Join Mario, this is like the back-to-box challenge, on a massive globe-trotting 3D adventure and use his incredible new abilities to collect moons so you can power up your airship, the Odyssey, and rescue Princess Peach from Bowser's wedding plans. This sandbox-style 3D Mario adventure, the first since 1996 beloved Super Mario 64, I love how they call that beloved and then they just say, and 2002's GameCube classic Super Mario
Slightly
Sunshine,
less beloved.
is packed with secrets and surprises, and with Mario's new moves like cap throw, cap jump, and capture. I wish they would have put a dash
Capture.
there. Yeah. You'll have fun and exciting gameplay experiences unlike anything you've enjoyed in a Mario game before. Get ready to be whisked away to a strange and amazing places far from the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know about that. And then here's some bullet points. Explore huge 3D kingdoms filled with secrets and surprises, including costumes for Mario and lots of ways to interact with the diverse environments, such as cruising around them in vehicles that incorporate the HD Rumble feature of the Joy-Con controller, or exploring sections as Pixel Mario. That has me more excited than anything in this game.
Yeah.
Thanks to his new friend Cappy. I love that that's the best name they could come up with. He's a Cap. Let's just call him
Cappy.
Let's call him Hattie. No, Cappy. Yeah, book it. Thanks to his new friend Cappy, Mario has brand new moves for you to master, like cap throw, cap jump, and capture. I don't like it just cap throw, cap jump, cap. It should dash. Sure. With capture, Mario can take control of all sorts of things, including objects and enemies. Visit astonishing new locales like skyscraper-packed New Donk City and run into familiar friends and foes as you try to save Princess Peach from Bowser's clutches and foil his dastardly wedding plans. How he is so dastardly.
I just need to say I'm 110% in on the name of New Donk City. I love it.
I wonder if he's going to do a wedding, kind of like the wedding with Undertaker and Stephanie McMahon on the cross, and Stone Cold had to come.
Well, they already did that. I'm pretty sure this was in Mario RPG. They had like a wedding part of it, and
and then they just talk about the amiibo, so I don't care about that. So those are all the bullet points. So the hat lets you control and transform into things. You cannot capture every enemy, just specific ones. There are no more traditional power-ups. There are the 2D sections. They call it Pixel Mario. It looks awesome. I love seeing 8-bit Mario with the red and the blue instead of the brown and less brown. Yeah. This is so much better than this.
Yes.
And I say that as a freaking... I mean, I grew up on this guy here. If you're listening on audio, you should go to youtube.com/2playercoop. Like, subscribe, share. The game is separated into worlds/kingdoms. Each has power moons that you have to collect to progress. There are fast travel checkpoints, which is cool. That means these worlds are going to be huge.
Yeah.
There are no lives or one-ups. If you die, you lose your coins. So I guess as long as you got coins, you come back to life. The shops, you can buy outfits. They are literally, it seems like they're just outfits.
It's like every single outfit he's ever worn.
Yeah. But there's no power-ups associated with them, I don't think.
You can play as Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
And
they did say you can buy items too, which that's interesting. This has been in development for 3.5 years. Development started right after 3D World. Sean, my immediate thoughts are this is the Breath of the Wild for Mario 3D games.
Yep.
I have some very big reservations about this. Maybe it's because I've never played the true 3D Mario games. This just seems so different. Whereas Zelda, it was like, yeah, it was different.
Zelda's always been about exploration.
They've been going that way. I mean, they started open world, and then they got focused, and they've been branching out ever since, it seems like, to get to where they are. I don't think you can climb. You can't climb everything in this also. No. It's kind of a shame. But I'm worried about the no traditional power-ups. I'm worried about the whole cap. Like, I'm sure all Nintendo games control, well, I shouldn't say all. For the most part, Nintendo games control immaculately.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the cap thing will work out and everything will be fine. And everybody that's played this game, for the most part, is just like, that was just, that. Like, some people got to play it for an hour. They said that was an hour of just pure fun playing this game. I am probably just have my reservations because when it comes to Mario, I'm a 2D guy. What are your thoughts on this?
I had some reservations.
Okay.
But they are gone. I can't wait for this game. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's a step in the right direction. Like, it's still 3D Mario. I mean, it's Mario 64. It's Galaxy. It's Sunshine. It's not 3D World. It's the right kind of 3D Mario game. Without being so, like I read, it's not so, go into this world and do this, you get this star, and then you're back out. And then you can go back in and, ooh, I want to try to get this star. It's like it's all pipes. It's all continuous. It's like,
and there's hidden stuff everywhere.
I've heard, there's so much hidden stuff. My rebuttal to what you just said, think of when we heard in Breath of the Wild that there were not really many items and how different the weapons were.
If you go back and listen to some of our
on
podcasts,
site and like that turned out okay.
One of the best games ever made. Yeah.
So I'm not really, I think I've learned my lesson there. It's definitely going to be different. I agree with you on the whole power-up thing because Breath of the Wild worked because it was just Zelda made more realistic. This is Mario. It doesn't need to be realistic. I don't like that. I mean, what I take away from that, you can't even throw fireballs in this game.
Right.
Now, maybe you can...
But now you can, but your hat in a way, but your hat,
right.
You can like
it's
hold
a
it out in front
projectile.
of you. You can throw it in circles around you. So it's almost like,
right.
I'm sure it'll all work out and I'll play this game like a half hour into it and be like, this is awesome.
I'm just curious what all... So obviously if you take control of like a bullet bill, you can fly across this gap. What am I doing taking control of a Goomba? What's that going to accomplish for me? And maybe, I'm sure there's a reason for it, but it's like, why? Why would I do that? Now, if there's like Hammer Bros, Boomerang Bros, Fireball Bros that you can take over, and then maybe you can throw a fireball, you can throw a boomerang, you can throw a hammer, like... Okay, now they're at least kind of getting back to actual Mario.
There was one part in the trailer where he was like playing catch with a hammer, bro, where he took one over and he was like throwing the hammer and they were like juggling them together or something. I was like, oh, I don't like the song.
I don't really. Okay. I mean, I heard it.
I don't like it at all. I think it's just maybe it's because it got stuck in my head, but I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, this is not a Mario game with like this jazz number going and everybody's just dancing around and we're gonna hear the song way too much now. Like, I did not like the song. in the vast minority when it comes to that, for sure.
Yeah.
But I did not like that song at all.
I'm also shocked, to put it lightly, that this is coming out in October, supposedly. I mean, that may not happen, but
No, I think now when
I was pretty sure this was going to come out this year because I didn't think they'd screw that. But I thought this would be like
the rumor I had heard before that they said it
December.
was gonna,
maybe November.
The rumor that I heard was November 21st. I mean, I saw it on Twitter. The rumor was November 21st, a week before Black Friday.
Before Black
I was like,
Friday.
That makes sense. Like that's when like Link Between Worlds I think was right before then. Mario 3D World might have been a November release also. I can't remember. But that made sense. October, it does make sense though. Get it out before the Call of Duties and the Battlefronts and the after Destiny and all that. Whatever other November games there are.
Right.
Get it out. And they're going up against Assassin's Creed, who Ubisoft is probably crapping their pants now because of that. There's no way in hell I'll buy an Assassin's Creed game the same day this comes out. There's no way. What else? I can't remember. It's not important. But Mario's the best game coming out that day.
Yeah. But no, I pretty much have no worries. I'm totally in. I think it looks awesome. At least with Zelda, and like I said, I've learned my lesson with Zelda, but I love Mario, but Zelda is like another level for me. So I'm very worried about them screwing up Zelda. So I was a little apprehensive. It turned out okay. Mario, I think it's less of a leap from what they've done before. And again, we grew up with Mario, but I don't feel that connection to Mario
because
like I do with
it's just
Zelda.
a fun platformer.
Exactly.
It's not like you're not invested in is he going to save the princess or not.
Right.
Like, he's going to save the princess.
So I don't know. I think my worries for this game are less than they were with Zelda. And Zelda turned out fine, so I'm not worried at all about this. I think it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait. And I'm going to get it for my birthday, early birthday present.
I was going to say you're going to wait.
I'm going to get
days?
it. I'm going to get it the day of, but I'll call it a birthday present.
So then they also did the Treehouse Live, where it's right after E3, right after their Nintendo, whatever the hell. It wasn't a Nintendo Direct, the E3 Spotlight. That's what it was called. And they had two announcements from that I'd like to talk about. The first one is Metroid Samus Returns. First, yes, I wish it was a Switch game, but they've made it clear they're not giving up on the 3DS yet.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like it.
I own one, but I don't like it.
I'd
They
rather
said they're
play it on the
gonna
Switch.
continue to create content for it well past 2018. I think was what they said. Like
The 3DS?
not well past 2017, past 2018.
See,
which worries me because I think
that means
when
the
we
2D
get
Zelda.
exactly. I don't like that.
I don't like it one bit. But no, I am very excited for this game. September 15th. It is a remake of Metroid 2. Now, of course, they were going to shut it down. But that fan remake AM2R that they were doing of Metroid 2 with Super Metroid graphics. And they interviewed, I think it was Kotaku, reached out to them and were like, we're not mad. We're happy that they're doing this. It sucks that they shut us down. Yeah. Obviously, they were going to shut down a Metroid game that's not a Nintendo game, but it looks fantastic.
It's kind of like when they shut down the Metal Gear Solid 1 remake and then they...
I don't...
Never mind. They didn't.
It's not funny. Yeah, my predictions went great this year. I cannot believe they didn't announce a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I cannot... We'll talk about that here in a second. Are you super excited for this game? And there's new amiibo, too. There's a squishy...
I want
Metroid. That looks awesome. He's breaking out of the thing.
I'm very excited about this because I love me some 2D Metroid. My biggest concern... I've never played Metroid 2.
I haven't either.
But my understanding, and either it's not a big deal or they'll get rid of it, but my understanding is a big thing in this game, I think, I could be wrong, it did not play like Metroid 1. It kind of did, but there was some weird aspect where you had to, like, collect Metroids or something. Like, there was something weird where you had to... It wasn't just... explore and get better and get better and get better until you can get to the end and beat it. It was like you had to find all the Metroids or something weird like that. They just didn't seem... It's like... It almost seems like Castlevania, where 1, nailed it, and then 2, let's try this. That's not very good. And then by the time 3 comes out, okay, we fixed it. We're back to what's good. So I've never had a huge desire to play to. Like, I missed out on a Metroid game, and I never went back and played it, and I'm okay with that, mainly because it was a Game Boy game.
Well, and that's what a lot of people, what I was reading after this was that this is fixing a lot of the gameplay things. And also, it's 2.5D graphics, which...
And Metroid 2 is another one of those, I mean, because it's Game Boy, where if this is your screen, Samus was like this big. Like, It
just didn't work. And it was hard to tell. Like, I guess playing on that screen, sometimes you couldn't tell... Maybe that's what it was, because you had to collect Metroids. You couldn't tell Metroids from other bad guys and stuff, so you didn't know. It was, I think there was a great game underneath there, and apparently the story is very important to Super Metroid, and it kind of leads right into it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy about this. They added a new gameplay. Oh, and I think I heard the director of Super Metroid is directing this. Oh, so God. Right there, you're like, well, okay. Yeah. They add a new gameplay mechanic. It's like this, the melee knockback. Like if enemy gets too close, you knock them back, and then you... I can't wait. September 15th, right around the corner. I do wish it was on the Switch in full, beautiful HD, but it is what it is. I'm still going to play it.
So, Logan, you're on the clock with Ocarina.
Yep.
You got 3 months.
If you can't beat that
but
game,
you'll be in like another month.
Also, they announced Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga plus Bowser's Minions. It is a GBA remake of the original Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Minion, the Minion game, I guess it stars the Goombas, and it's almost as long as Saga. So you're getting 2 full, basically, games as part of this release. I don't care anything about this. Did you play Superstar Saga?
I owned it. It was a great game.
Is it an RPG?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an RPG. There are a lot of good games on the Game Boy Advance. But... at least on my SP, I don't know if it's because something's wrong with it. I mean, I broke it in half and then super glued it back together.
A couple times.
But when I went back and tried playing it, it's so hard to see anything.
It's the way they
And I don't know if it's the system. Maybe mine is just old and it's gone bad. Because I don't remember it looking like this before.
It's the way you did. There was one game, and then I think which one came out first? The flip one?
The normal one. That one didn't even have backlighting. The SP added the backlighting.
So you're right.
But even with the backlighting, I feel like everything just looks washed out. Yeah, so that may be a problem with my system, because I don't remember this being an issue before. But like, I went back and tried to play Minish Cap, which I loved. Couldn't get into it. I went back and tried playing this game, which I loved. Couldn't get into it. It was just too...
because it didn't look...
First of all, the thing's like this big. You have like buttons. I'm like, I can't...
It's like playing with a Joy-Con.
Ridiculous. Yeah. So there's a great game there, and it's going to be so much better on the 3DS. Again, I wish... You know what we need is the equivalent of Super Game Boy. We need like an adapter that you can plug into the Switch that you can then just plug 3DS games into it and play it on there. Now, granted, you only have one screen.
But who cares? But for certain games like Link Between Worlds, you don't need the second screen. Just hit the pause menu and look at the map.
Like, I would love to be able to just...
Zelda game.
I love my 3DS, but now that I have the Switch, I would love to be able to just put it into its case, tuck it away, and just be done with it. But now I'm going to... for another year and a half, probably, I'm going to have to keep buying games for it because I'm not going to miss Metroid. I'm not going to miss Zelda, which inevitably they're going to put a 2D Zelda game on.
I still hold out hope for that because they said something about how that team was moving over to the Switch. So I still hope, but I don't know. Are they going to really do a full? Maybe it'll be a $40 game. Now I'm rambling. I don't know.
But no, I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm absolutely going to buy that. I don't really care too much about the Minion thing. Like, hey, maybe it's fun, but the regular game was great. I loved it a lot.
That was really it for the Treehouse Live announcements. Metroid stole the show. Oh, and by the way, I'm way more excited for Metroid Samus Returns than I am for Metroid Prime 4. I've never played a Metroid Prime game, and we didn't see anything about it. Maybe that's why. But I'm way more excited for
I think if you played Metroid Prime 1, I think you would love it.
Really?
Yeah. It's awesome.
So this next section is just called E3 Fallout, not the game, but just some more details about games that came out after the press conferences and stuff. We got some more details on Spider-Man. You do play as Peter Parker. So they really confused everybody by putting Miles Morales in at the end. If you watch our E3 recap for Sony, we thought Miles was Spider-Man. We thought that Spider-Man was gone and Miles was there, and that's why I was like, No, he's in the game, so we don't know why he's in the game. I don't know if maybe there are 2 Spider-Men in this game. Maybe towards the end, that would be weird.
Well, I'm curious.
Because Miles doesn't take over until Peter dies. Spoiler.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I don't know. I didn't know if Peter died or if he just kind of handed the. So I'm wondering maybe that's in the game. maybe you are playing by Miles.
Yeah.
Playing as Miles by the end.
God,
of it.
that would be really dark.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem to really fit the game, but why else would you put Miles in unless there's like a post-credit scene? Like,
right. Maybe
there obviously there's a reason. I don't think he's in there just as a cameo, especially if they took the time to show him in the E3 thing. You're playing as Miles by the end of this game. At some point,
you have to be. Yeah.
Whether they're going to kill off Peter first or I don't know. Maybe there's two times. Maybe you play. I don't know. But Miles isn't in this game if you aren't going to play as him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They did also say that there's a reason the suit looks the way it does, basically meaning the white spider. I don't know what that means, but it means something. It seems like Greg Miller was saying it seems like people are hinting behind closed doors that you can kind of customize the suit, possibly. I don't know if that means you get new suits or you can change stuff on the suit, and I don't know if that means colors or I'm sure there's upgrades and stuff. There's going to be upgrade trees for the suit because I'm sure based on the fact that the eyes move, it's going to be like the suit in Homecoming, I assume. And they did say, so I think they said Peter Parker's 23 in this. So it's not like Dark Knight Returns. He's not that old. But
he's out of high school. He's out of college.
Very old compared to when he's
old
being
for
Spider-Man. So he's a veteran at this point. And the story's going to be very focused on Peter Parker, the man, also, not just Spider-Man. So that's interesting. God of War. There are no escort missions, Sean, so you can put that fear to rest. They said the kid, you'll never... They actually said in an interview, you'll never like be fighting, and then you'll be like, oh no, and then the kid died, and it's game over. They literally took care of your concern in the interview, so that was cool.
Okay.
You do have a button that controls the kid, so that's why when he was climbing that time, and you see the bad guy come out, and he's like, that's you hit triangle or something.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. They were inspired by Labyrinth, a never-ending story, as they were building the world. Very interesting. They did also say that the reason he doesn't have the Blades of Chaos /Exile /Athena are because they represent the past Kratos had left behind. And that was really cool. Reading that, as much as I love God of War, you just think of the blades as this awesome weapon. And you got the chain, you throw it, and you bring it back, and you do all this other stuff. But he has those chains bound to him because of what the gods did to him. That was part of his punishment. They were burned to his skin and everything, and he couldn't escape it. And that was one of the things that happens at the end of God of War 3. I mean, spoiler alert, really. I mean, it's 7 years old. That those chains fall off and everything as he breaks free. So that was cool. And you can tell Cory Barlog, he loves God of War so much. He loves Kratos. He's been there through the whole series. He's basically kind of like the Kojima of God of War. He cares so much about this, and just to hear some of this stuff sounds so cool. He also did talk about, after leading off of that when they wanted to leave those behind because that represents all the horrible stuff that he did and that happened to him. When they were talking about the axe and the way you can use the axe, like if you got a big guy coming at you, you can throw the axe up in the air over his head, call it back, and wham! It'll come and it'll stab him in the back and kill him. And then you call it back from there and stuff. Just like, he made it sound like there's so many ways you can do that. Like, all they've really shown is just, and you've seen him call it back a couple times, but not anything cool. It seems like you're going to have a lot of creativity there with the combat, and I really, really like that. You know, one thing I really, really don't like, Sean?
What's that?
Metal Gear Survive. It's been delayed till 2018. Because they really needed more time to polish this piece of crap game that's just stealing. I mean, it's not stealing because it's theirs, but reusing all of Metal Gear Solid 5's assets. Greg played it. He's like, I don't know. He basically summed up my thoughts. He's like, I don't know who this game is for. Because you've completely alienated every Metal Gear Solid fan out there that there is.
Right.
Anybody that cares about Metal Gear the way Metal Gear fans really care does not care anything about this game. He said, and it just felt like it had no soul. And he said he feels bad because the people that we're all really mad at are not the people making this game. They didn't fire Kojima. They didn't screw him over. It's the suits at Konami that we're so mad at. And you feel bad for these people that are putting a lot of time and effort and thought and love into making what they hope will be a good game. And he just said it's just not. The controls are kind of weird. It doesn't control just like Metal Gear Solid 5. Some of the stuff is better. A lot seems worse. It's one of those games where I think we said this back at the beginning. Like, yeah, if you just put out like a $20... they said it's basically just 4-player horde mode where you're building a base to try to keep the zombies out, and you kill them when they get in. Okay?
Yeah.
But apparently there's a, quote, let me see here, dense single-player experience.
That just reeks of... Let's put some nice words to this to make it sound... No, this is a multiplayer game.
I don't want a single-player experience. None of this makes me want to play this stupid game.
Yeah.
Game demos don't exist that much anymore. If any game was in need of a demo to just try to be like, here, please, just
give it
we
a
know,
shot.
we
Yeah.
know, just try it out. Just try it out. This is in need of it. I hope they put out a demo for it. I will. If they do that, I will play it for sure, just to see just to experience it for myself. I'll say that.
Right.
They didn't even do a trailer for it. They just let the press play it. Like I said, there's no Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. I still say it's coming at some point. Maybe Tokyo Game Show. Maybe we'll do a prediction show for Tokyo Game Show. I think they're going to announce it. It's still... So, it came out... Oh, gosh. It's not that... Yeah, it came out in 2004. So, we're nowhere near the 15th anniversary. I don't want...
By the time it comes out... I mean, next year would already be 14 years. I mean, what's one more year?
What was that Seinfeld episode? When they went to visit Jerry's parents, and he's like, well, I mean,
the weekends always fly
the Friday,
by.
and you wake
subtract
up,
sleeping and
Sunday,
showers, and it'll go by like that.
Like that, yeah. One other quick tidbit. IO Interactive they announced that they are officially an independent studio, and they kept the rights to Hitman. That's awesome. Happy for those people. That means we're going to get more Hitman. They haven't announced it. They said more is coming this week as you're watching it. So if they've already announced it, I don't know what it is. What I do hope, though, and I hope the next Hitman game is just a Hitman game, because the whole seasonal thing made me not want to do it. And I've played every Hitman game there is except the first one because it was only on PC. And even now that it's all released, I'm like, I'm probably never going to go back and play it, because there's new games like Uncharted's coming, Sonic Mania is coming, then Mario is coming. There's a lot, and I still want to go back and play Metal Gear Solid 5 again. So I hope that the next one is just, here's Hitman. Don't do it episodic again. Just don't.
Right.
And I wonder what their sales were like for the game, because it was a big experiment. Doing a game that's not like a Telltale style of game, doing a full AAA big release game episodically, I just wonder how it went for them.
Yeah, they went out on a limb there.
But yeah, more updates are coming this week. Final Fantasy 15, the next DLC got announced. It's episode Prompto. Do you care?
Nah.
Okay. I should tell you everything you need to know about that.
I'm looking forward to it more than Final Fantasy Fishing. I mean, neither of which am I going to actually play, but...
I don't get it. That I just... And one more note here. 60.4 million PlayStation 4s have now been sold. We've been assuming for a few months now that they were over 60 million.
Well, it's actually 60,400,001 because our boy Rasan finally
Shout out
picked
to
up a
Rasan.
PS4.
He finally took
PS4
his dip.
Pro.
He's playing. Yeah, he's playing through Last of Us now. Maybe we'll get him back on here. I would love to get his thoughts on The Last of Us. He's been out of video games for so long.
Yeah.
Ever since he bricked his since RJ bricked his PS3.
I thought you said braked.
No, he braked it.
He
bricked
braked
his
it.
PS3. That is the news of the week. I feel like I don't even know how to do this anymore because it's been a while. But you know what time of the week it is, Sean?
What time of the week is it, Kevin?
It's that time of the week when we played the It's the Back of the Box Challenge. We still nailed it. That was awesome. If you didn't know, the Back of the Box Challenge is how we end the podcast here every week on the Two Player Co-op podcast. What this game is what we do is we look at a previously released retail version of a game. We look at the back of that retail box, and we read the back of that box aloud to the other player. Did it just sound like I said player? We bleep out any pertinent information that would give the game away or make it too obvious. Then the other person gets to ask some follow-up questions that have yes or no answers to try and decide and to just decipher what you can use mine. What the back of the what that game is. That's the back of the back of
the backs.
It's so late.
It's the back of the backs.
It's so late. The back of the box challenge is that's what we're going to do right now, and that's the back of the box challenge. I don't know who should go first.
I think I read for. I don't know. I'll read whatever.
All right.
I like mine.
You like mine? I like mine too. I've got two, and one of them is way so obvious that I'll probably just read it aloud just for nostalgia's sake, and then I'll read the actual game, the other game.
All right. Blank is back with a new sidekick.
Jack.
Blank.
Daxter.
In a crazy island adventure. Challenged by the crazed tribe of Blank, they...
Is this a side-scrolling game?
Yes.
Does it star somebody named Joe?
No.
Dang it.
Joe.
And Mac.
Oh, no.
Well, they would have already been sidekicks. Never mind. All right, island adventure, new
Challenged
sidekick.
by the crazed tribe of Blank, they endeavor to get back their stolen Blank. Armed with lightning-quick moves, Blank, and awesome aerial acrobatics, our duo is ready to face
Did you blank out a move of his?
Basically.
Okay.
Our duo is ready to face their cunning adversaries. With the help of Blank's quirky Blank and his blanks,
Oh my God.
they squabble and scamper their way through an unending Blank mayhem.
I don't even remember did I ask if this was side-scrolling? Is that what I
It
asked?
is.
Okay.
You did, and it is.
And it's a sequel, right? I assume. It might not be number 2 in the
It's not.
series.
It's not the first of this IP.
Okay. Is this a 16-bit game?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a console exclusive?
Yes.
Oh. Nintendo?
Yes.
So it's a Super Nintendo exclusive. Is it a first-party game? Is it a Nintendo game?
Yes.
Wow. All right. What side-scrolling island romping adventures are there with sidekicks whose moves you would need to bleep out? Oh. Do you play as a dinosaur?
No.
Dang it. That would have been way too easy. I didn't know if he was really on a tropical island or not. Did you say tropical island or did I make that up?
I said island.
Is this series still alive today? Did any games come out for this series within like the last 3 years?
I believe so. Yeah, last 3 years. Yeah.
Oh. Do you play as a big old monkey who lives in New Donk City?
I don't know if he lives in New Donk City.
I assume he's the mayor of it.
Oh,
Do you play as Donkey Kong
I
in
never
this game?
even put that together.
Seriously?
I just thought it was a funny name.
No, he's the mayor. I think it's canon that he's the mayor of New Donk City.
I never.
It just sounded
Yes,
so
you
cool.
do. I just like the name. It just sounded like a funny, crazy Mario
Okay.
name. Oh, let's call it New Donk City.
Okay, so is this the third in the series?
No,
Is it the second?
no.
Oh, it's the first one. Is it Donkey Kong Country?
Yes, it is. Wow, I never related Donk City to Donkey Kong. And even when I started thinking about it, I'm like, why would you assume
like, I'm
Donkey
so
Kong is the
confused
mayor
what's
of
happening
New
right
Donk?
of New Donk.
Yeah, I never put two and two together there. All right, good job.
Why is it 2 and 2? Is it just because 2 and 2? Why is it not 1 and 1?
1 and 1, I don't know.
Yeah, 1 and 1. 1 plus 1 is easier. I mean, not really easier. I mean, it's easier. Never mind. I'm going to read this one to you because I would love to do this. No, you know what? Yeah. This doesn't count. I just want to read it for nostalgia's sake. What are you supposed to do with 7 simple pieces of pipe and 8 weird ones?
Pipe Dream?
Yes.
I love that game.
I would love...
Pipe
so is that
dream
what
and,
it
like-
is? Oh, that is what it is. You've got pieces of
Yeah,
pipe
and you have
over
to-
here
and it starts
to make the
flowing,
white
and you
flow
have
go.
to- yeah.
Oh, that game was so
That
cool.
game and Marble Madness
Marble Madness was amazing.
and Snake Rattle and Roll, which you stumped me on.
I did. Well, I mean, eventually you got there once I like told you there's a rattle and a roll in it or something.
I said... Now I don't remember what I said, but you said...
You said, is it a reptile? And I said, yes, or something. And then you're like, is it a frog or something? No, you did something stupid. You texted me it.
Oh, well, first of all, I said I was trying to guess what you played as. I said, do you play as well, I didn't say snake. A frog? No. A lizard? No. Ligwin?
Yeah, that's what it was. Ligwin.
But then later,
what?
I started naming more, and I think you said you were close when you said reptile. Then I said fish. Oh God, that was fun. We're talking about episode 75 live stream. Go back and watch it if you haven't already. It was a good time.
All right,
good
ready?
times were had by all. I'm ready.
Kidnapped! The headline scream.
Okay. Go ahead.
The nation is paralyzed in shock. Is it possible? The president kidnapped? I didn't know that was the story of this game. Without a moment's hesitation, you know who's responsible. The Dragon Ninja.
Is this Wrath of the Black Manta?
No. Oh. I keep thinking to go look up that game, but it's one of those that I think we always kind of default to. As blank or blank, also known as blank, you take to the streets to rescue the president. But the Dragon Ninja is ready for you. So is that one person or is that like
a clan?
Is ninja... Can ninja...
Like fish?
Yeah, I think it... Or ninjas. I think you can go both ways.
I don't know.
He's ready for you. Or she. He sends waves... sends wave after wave of relentless ninjas, vicious dogs, and enemies to stop you. Armed with knives, shurikens, and nunchucks. They say nunchucks. It's nunchucks.
Nunchaku.
You must fight tooth and nail in alleys, on waterways, even on moving semi-trucks. In the end, if you're blank enough, you take on the Dragon Ninja himself. You must defeat him and snatch the president from the helicopter that's about to whisk him away to who knows where.
To who knows where?
It'll take every skill you've ever mastered and a few new ones to be blank.
This is an 8-bit game.
Yes.
Obviously. I mean, there's only a few. It's probably going to be some obscure game that I'm not going to remember.
You definitely remember this game.
Is it Tecmo?
No.
So it's not Ninja Gaiden.
That was Tecmo?
Pretty sure.
Wow. No, you're right, because now it's Koei Tecmo, which Team Ninja's a part of. Yep.
Yeah.
Good job on you.
It's not Wrath of the Black Manta.
That game was good.
Do you play as a ninja?
No.
Oh, okay.
You just
fight
the Dragon Ninja.
Okay. But it's not Double Dragon. Is it a beat 'em up?
Yes.
Do you mainly use fists, or do you mainly? I know you can use knives and but
you mainly use fists and feet. Yeah.
Is it Mighty Final Fight?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Is it a Capcom game?
No.
Is it Konami?
No.
Should I just stop trying to figure it? Okay.
Although I think you might remember it. If you got the developer, it might be like, oh, blank. Oh, I just got an
aneurysm. Was there more than one game in this series?
Oh, I don't think so, but I'll try to look it up.
I mean, if
you wouldn't,
then I would assume no.
Yeah.
Did we own this game?
No.
Did we rent it?
Yes.
That is correct.
That is correct.
I don't know how this isn't Double Dragon. You play as blank and blank, otherwise known as the blank. You fight a guy named the Dragon. You beat him up with knives and weapons.
I don't know that you can use knives and weapons. I don't know.
Oh, I thought it said armed with knives, and didn't it say something like that?
Was that you or them?
Oh, yeah, that might have been them.
Yeah, that's them. But I don't think that matters.
Are all the characters really big-headed?
No. Oh my gosh, what is that game?
River City Ransom.
No. It's not that kind of art style.
I'm trying to think of other Nintendo.
I'll unblank the names, although I don't think.
Do you play as humans?
Yes, I don't think this will help you at all. Did you think it was Battletoads or something?
I don't know if it was some weird. I didn't know it could be Battletoads or Ninja Turtles or something.
Blade and Striker.
Or the people you play as?
Didn't help? Okay.
Is it a side scroller?
Yes.
Would this game be remembered fondly by us? Or would we probably not even remember what to think?
I think it would be remembered fine. It's not I wouldn't think of it as...
Did we probably not rent it more than once?
No, I think we rented this more than once.
Really?
I'll give you a hint. The name of the game is very late 80s, early 90s.
Is it Two Crude Dudes?
You're close.
Two bad dudes. Two bad guys.
No numbers.
Bad dudes. I was just making that up.
You don't remember Bad Dudes?
Wasn't there a game called Two Crude
Dudes was something, but you don't remember Bad Dudes?
I don't think. I mean, maybe if
Oh
I
my
saw
gosh.
it. Wait, who made it?
Data presented by
Data. I never would, even if I got Data East.
You don't remember Bad Dudes?
It kind of. Let me see.
It's called Bad Dudes.
Does it have screenshots?
Yeah.
I mean, I stumbled into that one.
Two crude dudes, two bad dudes. I'm like, you got it. I mean, it's maybe you don't. This is kind of like how you remember Rockin' Cats, and I don't really remember it that much. I remember us playing Bad Dudes. Now, maybe actually, I wonder if it was in the arcade.
I mean, it kind of looks familiar, but it also just looks like any other Nintendo game. It almost looks like a Game Boy game. I mean, everything's
There's
black
not much
and white
colors,
and
yeah.
green and
Presented by Data
Data
East. Bad Dudes. I thought you would have remembered Bad Dudes.
I mean, it's the box art looks more familiar than the game does, but
Bad Dudes. Definitely did not own it. That I got right.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if we were ever privileged to have a Bad Dudes 2 or a Two Bad Dudes
2. And they're crude this time too.
God.
That's it for episode 79 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really do appreciate it. You know you can find us? I meant, you know where you can find us? I'm tired.
Did you know you can find us?
It's so late. Check us out at nerd901.com because we are part of the Nerd 901 family. Go to nerd901.com for all things nerdy in Memphis and around the globe. Also, check out our buddies, Derek and Ernie of the Pixels and Papers podcast. They specialize in RPGs, tabletop games. Check them out. Great podcast. They're doing great things over there. Obviously, you can find us on Twitter. I'm at KevinWhite24. He's at Real Sean White. Together, we're at 2player_co-op. If you're watching us, hopefully you're watching us either at nerd91.com or youtube.com/2playercoop. If you're not, I would love to know where you're watching us. But if you're not there, go to youtube.com/2playercoop. Hit the like button if you like what you see. Hit the subscribe button down. I messed up the arrows. Just to hit the subscribe button. It'd mean a lot to us, and the like means a lot to us as well. If you do like audio, Sean, do you like audio?
It's not bad.
It's okay. If you like audio and you don't like video, that's fine. We're on podcast services around the globe, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and like I said, other services around the globe. All around the globe. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/2playergoupgaming. Gaming. We never update it. It's just kind of a running joke.
We still get random likes.
We got a new
though.
like this week. Yeah. Appreciate you. Was it Derek? I don't remember.
No, it was somebody. I don't know. He's a YouTube sub.
Yeah.
I can't remember who, but
it wasn't new Derek. No, I don't mean Ernie and Derek.
Oh.
It might have been new Derek. I can't remember if it was new Derek.
Is his name New Derek?
No, I'm just like not. I can't remember. It's like Bam House or something. Sorry, Derek. I can't remember what your last name is.
Bamford. But
yes,
no, it's not him.
Bam House. Okay.
Bam House.
That would have been a good game. Oh, Bad Dudes. They take down the Bam House. I'm tired. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been episode 79. And until the next time, Sean, just go ahead and take us out. Where's your thing? Where's your fireball?
I got it.
Oh, okay. Take us out.
Thank you for playing.
Hit the camera. Couldn't
counts.
see it on video,
That
but
counts.
he did good. Bye, guys.